This lecture is about the preparation of structural plan. So we finish the foundation detailing and the beam plans, including the slab. And now we proceed to the roof framing plan. So before we start, this is this is how the roof framing looks like. So you started the roof plan. So I have an example here. So once we have our roof plan, then we just copy the outline of the roof plan and create a framing plan out of it. Then alongside with the framing plan, you have the details of your roof frame, which includes trusses and rafter. So before we go to the details, I want to give an introduction first about the components of roof framing. So we have here in the illustration, you will see the components of a roof frame. Basically, we have the truss. So this is our truss. Right. I hope this one is familiar to you already. This is our truss. Okay. So this one is a truss. Then, so this one is a full truss. Actually, this is a full truss. So I will explain later why it's called full truss. So this is the basic structure that carries our roof. So the roof loading, uh, the wind load, and the live load from the roof is carried by the purlins, and then the purlins is carried by the truss, and the truss is carried by the roof beam. Roof beam carried by the column, and then the column carried by the foundation. So that is the um, load path for our structure. So here we can have a truss, or we can have a simple, like a beam, simple beam here. Now, if it is just a beam, nakaslant na beam, and without web members like this one, we have, kung ganyan lang siya na beam, if in this illustration, parang ganyan lang, okay, common yan sa mga churches or sa mga auditorium, yan. So, wala kang makitang webs. So, we know that in the truss is composed of a bottom chord, and then the top chord, and then we have the web. Yan yung basic component ng truss. Now, if it's only top chord, you do not see web or bottom chord, just like this one. So we call this rafter. Okay? So parang nakaslant lang siya na beam. And then, yung purlins natin are carried by the rafter. Diretso na siya. So, okay? Now, ang rafter, it could be a single beam or single top chord, or it could also be um, a small beam or a small truss. Okay? So, kita nyo sa mga basketball court, yung rafter natin, example na ganyan, yung rafter natin is, yung column natin nakatras, ganyan. So, yung rafter rin natin is nakatras rin. Okay, although it is called rafter, but in details, nakatras system pa rin siya. Okay. So, other term for that one is nakatruss system na rafter or nakatruss system na beam. Other term is called lamella. Yan, or open web joist. So that is beam or rafter na nakatruss type siya. Okay. So marami kang makikitang ganyan. Yung mga reinforcing bar, yun yung ginagawa nilang small truss. So parang beam, but ginagamit nila as beam. So this one, so in your design, you have to use trusses or rafter. You know, the advantage of rafter, using rafter, you can use the space here, the remaining space. While in trusses, yan, you cannot use the space. Kasi nga, mayroon tayong bottom chord. Okay? Now, you use rafter if you want this space here. So, your ceiling will be along with the rafter kung maggawa tayo ng ceiling. But for trusses, ang ang ceiling natin will be um sorry, again nag-refresh naman yung ano ko. I need to on the screen. My apologies. Ayan. Okay. So sa rafter, kung meron tayong truss, yung ceiling natin dito lang sa bottom chord. Actually, nakadikit yan. Sa bottom chord, naka-offset lang ng konti yung ceiling natin. Okay? So, kung makita kayo ng mga auditorium, just like yung sa SLH, I think. So, yung naka-rafter type siya. So, yung ceiling rin natin along with the rafter rin. So, you see the auditorium is mas malaki yung volume ng space inside. Okay. So, yun yung trusses natin. So, we have the main truss and then we have the purlins. Ito yung mga purlins. Ganito. Okay. So, bakit malalapit yung mga purlins? Kasi, dyan yan nakapatong yung roofing natin. Yung ah, roofing sheets. Okay. So, dito na yung roofing. So, medyo malalapit lang yan. Normally, it ranges from, ang distance niyan is 0.6 to 0.9 meters. Yung distance ng purlins. It could reach 1 meter yung mga malalaking purlins at saka makakapal na roofing. Okay? Kasi hindi pwedeng masyadong malayo yung purlins. Biruin mo pag maapakan siya or caused by the wind, loading from the wind, pwede siyang mayupi. So that's why we have a range of 0.6 to 0.9. For your design, you can use 0.6 or 0.7 yung distance in terms of meters. Yan. So ang purlins is, it could be a wood or pwede rin siyang rectangular na parang mga beams rin yung purlins. Okay? Kaso nakapatong lang siya sa mga trusses at saka rafter. So, normally ang ginagamit is yung C purlins. Yan, kasi magagaan lang yung C purlins. And you can use for C purlins, ang kapal. Yan, naka-C siya. Actually, you can use 2 by 2 by 3 or 2 by 4? Sorry, 2 by 3 in terms of inches, 2 inches by 3 inches, C4 lens. For residential, you can use 2 by 3 or 2 by 4 C4 lens. Okay? So, ganyan yung itsura niya. So, it means this one is 2 inches by 4 inches. Yan. Yan yung itsura ng C4 lens. Okay? Then, for trusses and rafter, now ang trusses, um, you can use wood or steel. But commonly, we use steel ngayon. Kasi mahirap na hanapin yung wood at saka mas mahal na yung wood ngayon kaysa sa, sorry, compare sa cost ng steel. So we use steel. Now, before we go to the detail of trusses, so yung truss natin, it could be a full truss. Meron tayong full truss or meron din tayong half truss. So when you say half, so kung full truss, let's say meron tayong trusses na ganyan, yan yung full truss. Now, it can be called full truss, but kung half truss, meron tayong, of course, from the term itself, half lang. Oh, again, yan. Okay, so this one is half truss. Okay, now, in terms of detail ng truss, kung gusto natin na naka-elevate yung roof natin from yung we call it bulada. I don't know sa English. Kung yung truss natin is nakaganyan, ito yung column, ito yung beam. Okay, this is the column, ito yung beam. Kung yung truss natin is nakaganyan, yan. So, kumbaga mag-extend lang tayo ng top chord. Ito yung roof natin. Naka-down yung roof natin. Okay? So, pwede rin na yung roof natin is ito yung column, ito yung beam. Pwede rin yung roof natin is naka ganyan. Yan, may imagine niyo. So, yan, maybe hindi siya extension, naka-spandrel siya yung truss natin from the beam. And then, di ba naka-extend yung yung roof natin ng 1 meter. So, pwede tayo mag-extend ng 1 meter. Okay? So, dito, pwedeng mag-ano ka ng 0.2 meters. Kasi, in the detail, you have to show a typical detail. Let's say, ganyan yung truss natin. Okay? Yan yung truss natin. Imagine niyo. And then, dito yung C4 lens. Let's say, ganyan yung C4 lens. And then, lagyan natin ng roof. Kasi ganyan, nakapatong yung roof. Dapat nakapatong siya. Ulitin na lang natin. Ito yung roof. Okay. Ito yung roof. Ngayon, dito tayo maglalagay ng gutter. Remember, mayroon tayong gutter. So, yung gutter natin, dito siya. Depende sa design ng gutter natin. Okay? Then, mayroon pa tayong separate na beam dito, or board, ang tawag dyan. Ang tawag dyan is fascia board. Okay? It could be, yung sinasabi ko kanina na lamilla, could be lamilla or yung um, 1 by 6 na kahoy. But since we are using steel here, we can use board para madikit dyan yung gutter natin. Okay? Ito yung tawag na gutter. Okay? So, yan yung nagasalo ng ulan. Ang gutter na. Kung walang gutter, yan, diretso na free fall yung ulan. But we have to design gutter. So, ganyan. So, kaya, dito, ang point ko dito is, sa edge ng truss, we can put it like, mayroong height na 0.2 to 0.3. Okay? Para didikit na yung gutter natin dyan. Okay? So, here, so yan yung component ng trusses or ng roof framing. Meron tayong trusses at saka purlins. Okay. So let's go to the framing plan. Ito yung pinakita ko kanina na framing plan like this one. So this is an example of roof. Ito yung roofing ko. Ito yung roofing. And then I show the direction of the flow of water kung ulan. Ganyan. And then I'll copy paste that one. So what does it look like kung framing? So framing is parang skeleton lang siya. Okay? So anong yung itsura ng purlins at saka trusses? So imagine skeleton ng roof and then you're looking from the top, looking down from the top. So it will look like this one. Okay? So how do we start drawing? I know that your roof are complicated, unlike this one in this example is very simple. But what if it is complicated? So let's have this as an example, assuming I have a roof like this one. So a bit complicated, medyo complicated siya na roof. So now just a comment, may mga nag-submit ng roof plan na this one, if take note this line here, I will show, ito na line, yan, it should be parallel. Okay? Parallel yan, naka 45 degrees yan siya. Lahat ng lines dyan na naka-diagonal, it should be parallel, naka 45 degrees. Okay? So may nakita akong mga designs na roof plan, you have to correct that one. It should be parallel. Kasi mahirapan tayo later sa pag-draw ng purlins kung hindi yan parallel. And then, well, if you insist na it's not parallel, then it will be awkward sa tingnan yung bahay ninyo or yung roofing. Later sa perspective and the elevation view, it will look like awkward kung hindi parallel. So you still have time to edit yung mga diagonal lines dyan. It should be parallel. Okay? So, di ba sabi ko 45 degrees pag may mga angle sa roof framing. Okay? So, how to start drawing um, a framing plan. So, assuming we have a framing plan like this, we will start, mag-draw muna ako ng purlins, okay? Maybe I should select another color for purlins, yung medyo light lang na color. I will try, yeah, I use orange here, maybe pink or peach. Okay, so how to start? So mag-start ka in one corner, select one corner, and then dito sa pinaka-corner, actually, dapat mag-start ka dito sa edge. Meron ka sa edge, okay? But i-offset mo lang ng konti, mag-offset ka lang ng konti, and then start drawing your first um, purlins. So I will start here, mag-offset lang ko ng konti. If you can see here, yan, naka-offset siya. And then end ka dyan sa edge. Okay? And then dito, liko ka naman. From here, liko ka naman, then move downward. Kuha? Yan. Liko ka dyan. And then, kung mayroong edge na mga ganito na mga edge, you change direction. Di ba? So, you see here that itong roof edge, plane ko dito is ito yung direction ng tubig pababa. So, imagine niyo ganyan. And then, balik ako dito. Continue naman ako dito. Pag may diagonal, hindi ito na perfect ha. Dapat naka-perfect ito. Let me correct this one. Okay. Ayaw niya mag-perfect. Anyway, dapat mag-perfect ano yan. Intersection. Okay. So, I'll go back to my purlins. I will draw ganyan. Okay. And then, yan. Pag may maabutan ka na mga edge, yan, change direction. Dito na naman. Then, ganyan. And then, dito na naman. Yan. Then here. Okay. Gets niyo? So, paikot yan. Hanggang dito. But look at this one. So, mag-change direction lang siya sa mga diagonals. Pero, pag dito, mag-change direction na naman siya. Dito naman tayo. Pa left. Yan. But look at this one. Naka-vertical ito na line. So, mag-stop na siya. Yan, mag-stop na yan siya dyan. Okay? Pag may mga matamaan siya na vertical at saka horizontal, mag-stop na yan siya. Kasi nga, yung roof natin dito, this one is parang ano siya. Kung titingnan mo in this view, nakaganyan yung roof natin. Parang ganyan yung roof natin, di ba? Hmm. Ito yung bahay natin. Parang ganyan. Okay? So, dapat mag-stop na siya dito. Now, balik na naman ako dito. Ngayon, ito pala, balik ako dito. I-continue ko naman going to the left. Okay? Going to the left. So, ngayon, ganyan siya. Yan. And then, like this one. mag-stop na naman siya diyan. Okay? Then, gawa naman ako ng separate na another 4 lanes na naman. Mag-measure ako ng estimated around 600 mm or 0.6 meters. Okay? Gawa naman ako ng panibagong lines. Okay? Ganyan, no? Tingnan nyo. Yan. Parallel siya ng 4 lanes. Estimated mga 0.6 meters. Okay? Yan. So, i-offset nyo na lang sa AutoCAD. Hindi ito exact itong drawing ko kasi nasa ano lang, tablet lang ako nag-drawing. But it should be 0.6 meters. Yung parallel distance niya from other purlins. Okay? I hope na-gets niyo yung concept. And then, dito sa edge, sa tip ng roof natin, dapat kahit less than 0.6 siya, dapat maglagay ka talaga ng pinakamalapit dyan na purlins. Kasi, dito sa taas, i-continue mo talaga yan. Dito, punta ko dito sa last. Yan. Tingnan nyo, mag-loop yan siya. Mag-loop yan. Di ba? Every 45 degrees, mag, mag-change direction tayo. Oh, liliko tayo. Left or right. Dito, tingnan nyo, dapat mag-loop talaga yan siya. If you draw dyan sa AutoCAD, mag-loop lang yan siya. Kasi wala tayong nabanggaan na horizontal at saka vertical. Okay? So, ito naman, nagawa ako dyan yung pinakamalapit na yan, mag-loop ta rin yan siya. Ay, medyo may error dyan. Okay? Dito naman, ito, i-continue ko siya. Yan. Okay. And then, this direction. Yan. And then, you have to continue that one. For example, ito. Ito kuha ko dito ng example. Anong mangyari dito? Ito. Like this line. If you can see it in the screen. Yan. So, yan. Ang nabanggaan niya is diagonal. So, turn to the right. Yan. Diagonal na naman. Pababa. Diagonal na naman. Yan. And then diagonal. So, ano mangyari? Yan. Diagonal. Basta diagonal yung ma-meet niya. Sorry. Yan. Continue lang tayo. Diagonal. Yan. And then, dito, ang na-meet niya is yan. Vertical na. So, stop na tayo dyan. Diba? So, kung ito na line, i-continue ko naman dito. Yan. Oh. Gets niyo? So, ito dito, continuous na yan siya. Ito, nakatama ng diagonal. Continuous ko dito. Yan. Gusto niyo, meron pa dito. Okay? So, hindi ko na lang continue, but ganun lang yung ah, concept ng pag-design ng purlins, paggawa ng purlins. So, every 0.6 meters. Sa pinaka-edge ng roof, lagay ka muna ng isa, yung pinakamalapit lang. Maybe point one from the edge, mag-offset ka lang, and then the rest is 0.6 na naman. Okay, so yun, gamitin mo lang yung offset method tapos i-trim mo lang sa AutoCAD offset mo lahat, ubusin mo tapos naka-trim. Okay? So yan yung four lens. So it will look like this one. Going back sa AutoCAD natin. So ito yung roofing ko. Okay? Ito pataas dito na direction. And then pababa na direction yung slope niya. Ito rin pa left. Ito pa right. So, how will it look like dito sa framing niya? Yan. Ito yung framing natin. Ah, yan. Ito naka-curve, nakaliko siya dito. Okay, kasi nga, diagonal siya. Ay, nakaliko. Liko dito. Yan, ito rin. Okay? So, we started with the purlins muna. Wala muna tayo sa trusses. So, paano ngayon yung truss natin? We go back to my figure. So, para hindi magulo, nag-copy paste ako dito. Maybe I should copy paste this one also. Sa trusses. Medyo enlarge ko na lang yung trusses. Or pwede dito na lang siguro. Sige. Kasi medyo magulo. But anyway, lagay ko dito sa trusses. And mag-draw ako ng thick line. Okay? So, ano ngayon ang trusses ngayon natin? Thicker line. So, I will use black. Ngayon, unahin natin yung mga full truss. Okay? If you notice ito, naka-ridge, di ba ridge ito? Ito yung pinaka-top ng ano. Okay? So, gawa tayo ng full truss dyan. Connect using that ridge. Okay. Gawa ako ng full truss. Straight line yan siya. Hindi na straight. It should be or wait. Hindi na lang, dito na lang ha. Ganito. Start kayo, hanap muna tayo ng mga main diagonal or edge ng roof. Okay? This one, ito yung mayroon tayong truss dyan sa corner. Every corner mayroong truss. Okay, ito mayroon rin tayong truss. Okay, let's call this pag mga corner na truss, ang tawag dyan is hip truss. Okay? So we can write here mamaya na lang siguro. Or we can write here H IP1. Okay? Then ito, kapareho na naman sila. Itong kabila, pwede rin natin sulatan ng HIP1. Typical na siya pareho. Hip 1, hip 1. Okay? And then, itong intersection ng hip, kailangan nating magawa ng full thrust here. Kasi dito nakakabit yung, ito. Gawa ka ng full thrust. Yan. Hanggang dito lang. Hanggang straight lang dito. Straight lang yan. Okay? So, we can write here, uh, FT1. Ibig sabihin full thrust 1. Mamaya, ano natin yung detail. And then, dito magfo-full thrust rin tayo. Full thrust rin tayo dito sa kabilang dulo. Yan. And then we can write here full thrust 1. Yan. So, meaning pareho sila full thrust, pareho sila ng detail. Okay? And then, itong dalawang truss, kailangan natin lagyan ng bridging. Okay? Parang magka-connect. Para hindi yung truss natin hindi matumba. Okay? So, we can write here BR1. I will show you mamaya ano yung BR1, anong itsura ng BR1. Okay, meron tayong full truss at saka dito naman magawa naman tayo ng hip. Yan. Hip dito. So, this is hip, still hip 1 kasi pareho sila ng dimensions ng hip natin. So, this is hip 1. Okay. Ngayon, yan yung main. Then dito, mayroon din tayong, sorry, okay, let's call this hip 2. Yan. Nakapalan natin. Hip 2. Ito, pareho sila ng hip. Hip 2 rin. Ito, pareho lang. Kaibang direction lang. Hip 2. Ito, at saka this one. So, we can write here hip 2, hip 2, the same dito. Hip 2, hip 2. Right? And then, meron tayong BR na maghahawak sa kanila. Sensya na, medyo complicated na ito. Okay? Meron tayong BR2. Now, every edge, let's see, ganyan Tapos, yan, magets pa ninyo. And then ito, meron itong, so ibang design naman ito. So we can call this hip 3. Ito, hip 3. Yan. Hip 3. And then hip 3. Then, mayroon tayong should be makapal. Ano ito? Bridging. Oh, sorry. Nawala yung, okay. Meron akong BR, pang ilang BR na ito? BR3. or pwede na rin siyang yeah, BR3. Okay? And then, mayroon akong, dito sa edge nito kasi naka-open ito pwede kong gawing full truss. Yan. So, this will be full truss, ano siya? Full truss 1, I can write full truss 2, this one. Okay? Now, tingnan nyo. Let's look at this one. This section here. Yung section yung length ng, what's this? Length ng purlins is, di ba, ang purlins parang beam rin siya. Pero maliliit lang ito ng mga beams. So, dapat ang length ng purlins natin, yung unsupported length niya, di ba nakapatong yung purlins sa truss. So, kung titingnan nyo ito ang unsupported length ng purlins na ito is mahaba masyado. Di ba? So, dapat maglagay tayo ng truss in between na in such a way na yung distance yung unsupported length ng trusses natin, it should be at least 3 to 5 meters lang. Okay? If you will use 6 meters, medyo dapat malaking purlins na yung gamitin mo. Okay? Ang depth ng purlins is ng 6 inches to 8 inches na, which is hindi natin ginagamit sa mga residential. So, dapat 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 meters lang yung distance. So, for this one, we need to cut this purlins. So, dapat maglagay tayo ng half truss dito. So, yun. Na-stop na naman. Sorry. Kasi nag-minimize nag-minimize yung screen ko. Windows, Okay, going back. So, ito yung ginamin ko. Dapat dito, gawa tayo ng half truss dito. Yan. So, let's call that half truss. Okay. Let's say half truss. This is our first half truss, right? So, half truss 1. Okay. And then, kung ito na distance, masyadong mahaba pa rin talaga. Ito na distance. Pag masyadong mahaba pa rin talaga, kailangan pa natin maglagay ng half truss dyan sa gitna. Sorry. Bakit erase? Yan. Okay? And then dito rin. Ganyan. So, meron akong half truss 2 and then half truss 2 rin dito. Yan, imagine niyo. So, lagyan naman ako dito. Yan. And then, lagay naman ako dito. May mga conflicts yan. Pero, ang mga contractor na bahala mag-discarte niyan. Si foreman na bahala mag-discarte paano yan putulin at saka i-assemble sa taas. Okay? Yan, meron kang half truss 2, half truss 2, meron ka din dito. Yan. Ano na yan siya, parang naka-mirror na siya based sa diagonal. So, dito meron ka ring half truss 2. Okay? Then, dito na naman, itong dalawang full truss na distance, yan, kung less than 3 meters lang siya, then no need na mag-insert ng full truss dyan sa gitna. Okay? So, kung malayo talaga siya, then you have to insert full truss. Dito yan ang ginamin ko. Full truss dyan. Pero here, parang hindi naman siya. So, dito na naman tayo sa kabila. Meron tayong half truss. Similar ito. So, ito, sorry, half truss 1 siya. Okay? Then, meron tayong mga half truss 2 dito. Yan. Yan. Half truss 2. Hindi ko na isulat ha. Yan, half truss 2 rin dito. Ganyan. Okay? So, yun yung ang idea. Basta makita ninyo na ang length ng unsupported length ng purlins is greater than 5 meters, then you need to put an intermediate trusses or we call it mga half truss or full truss kung possible. Okay? So, dito na naman, ito, let's say, malayo talaga ito na distance, then we need to put half truss dyan. Okay? Yan yung structure natin. And then, you need to detail yung mga trusses. So, let's say yung full truss natin, meron kang full truss na ganyan, you have to detail. Yan. And then, meron kang half truss. Yung mga lines lang. Okay? And then, you have to put material. Okay? Ibigay ko sa inyo yung example sa AutoCAD. Ano yung mga materials na gagamitin natin sa uh, top chord and then bottom chord and then web. Okay? So, ibigay ko na lang itong example sa inyo and then kayo na bahala maglagay. So, dapat ganito rin yung output ninyo. Okay, sa framing plan. So, tingnan nyo dito, ito yung framing plan ko. Merong mga ano siya. Ito, ano pa kasi dito yung ano, yung roof beam. Okay, pwede nang alisin nyo na lang yung roof framing plan. Pero mas maganda, pwede rin na may roof beam plan para makita natin yung saan nakapatong yung trusses natin. Okay? So here, you see here, ito yung full truss 1 ko. Yan. Full truss 1. Tingnan nyo, nakapahaba siya, ganyan. So anong itsura ngayon ng full truss 1? Ito ngayon, yung detail ng full truss 1. Yan. So mayroon siyang distance, and then ito yung member. Yan, ito top bars. Anong ibig sabihin nito? 2L, 1 and 1/2 by 1 and 1/2 by 4 mm. So ang ibig sabihin niyan is, if I will show here, ang section niya is 1 and 1/2. Meron kang angle bar na 1 and 1/2 by 1 and 1/2 by 4 mm. Nakadikit siya ganyan. Yan. Okay. So ito is this is 1 and 1/2 by 1 and 1/2 by 4 mm. Yan na angle bar. So kung nakalagay 2L, meaning ganito, nakadikit dalawa. Okay? Then, meron akong detail ng full truss 2, full truss 3, yan. Half truss, ito yung sinasabi ko ng half truss. Okay? Ang hip truss is parang half pa rin siya. Okay? So, ito na hindi ko lang nilagay na hip, pero half na lang. So, merong half truss 3, half truss 2 tapos 6, ganyan. Ito yung bracing details or bridging. Dito kasi, ito yung pinaka-tip, yan. Tawag yan bridging or, bracing, okey? So, puwede kang maglagay ng bracing para during earthquake hindi lulupay pa yung trusses natin. Kasi malakas lang siya along the direction of truss pero along the lateral ng truss puwede siyang mag-shake. So, kailangan meron tayong mga bracing or bridging, okey? And then nakalagay yung details ng core lens natin ito, 50 by 100 C4 lens, space at 600 on center along truss. Yan, so I think ibibigay ko ito sa inyo na ano, and then later rin in a separate file ibibigay ko yung, um, templates at saka ito yung construction notes. Yan. So, ibigay ko na sa inyo para hindi na kayo magawa ng sariling construction notes. Okay? So, that's all. If you have other questions, you can send some message sa messenger group messenger natin. Alright? So, hopefully, so tapos na tayo sa structural. Next lecture na ile-lecture ko is about electrical and plumbing. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. I think ire-record ko pa rin para mabalik-balikan ninyo yung discussion. Alright? Thank you for listening.